What's up, guys? It is Dan and Nick back with the fourth and final part of the F1 2021 Sprint Championship. 6 races for Nick to try and win the title today. Let's get straight into the action.
The Mexican Grand Prix.
Excellent.
Justin Freshpart starting second. A cracking start
Slothz not
as Radiant Slothz loses positions.
I was already P18 in this.
Losing places.
Freshpot challenges for first place against Yuki Tsunoda. George Russell follows.
Takes a lot of curb
And we're on board.
as we cut back to Radiant Slothz, about to crash into someone.
No, he hooks it round the outside of Fernando Alonso and tries to get Pierre Gasly, but is unsuccessful in his attempts. Alonso did try and come back at him though.
Justin Freshpot. Can he make the overtake on the Alpha Tauri?
Takes the lead. It's a drag race still. Contact! He shoved him into the wall. Disgusting driving.
Yuki Tsunoda
Disgusting
has
driving.
hit Justin Freshpot.
Unbelievable.
The young Japanese driver has attacked the British rookie in an aggravated assault. You have to say the police will be called.
George Russell, a witness to all of this, is going to be questioned by police for a statement. This was just before the incident involving Yuki Tsunoda. The other Alpha Tauri, this time, there's contact again. Both Alpha Tauris are aggressively driving into the human players in this game. As Radiant Slothz goes down the inside of his teammate, locks up and loses 3 positions.
And track extends for good measure.
I don't think we need to have a discussion about track extensions, especially from you.
One of us is winning and the other is not.
Let's just keep an eye on
That's
how
all I
many
have
track
to say.
extensions that you have in this video. Radiant Slothz.
Radiant Slothz here fighting for 0 points, as we've seen so often throughout the championship.
I actually do score points in this video, which caught me by surprise whilst I was editing it. Oh, God, and loose on
I'm
the curb
watching
there.
the video and I don't believe
Well,
it.
you better believe it,
As he
but that's all to come.
misses the apex twice
Nearly rear ends.
and rear ends his
he didn't
teammate.
rear end his teammate. He
Rear
nearly
ends
rear-ended
him.
his teammate.
A huge collision as we go back on board into turn 40.
As he goes round the outside of Lance Stroll. Oh, he locks the rears.
And he has spun. That is a trademark of Radiant Sloth's
What do you
driving.
think the R stands
As he
for?
gets in Yuki Tsunoda's way.
Radiant Sloth's
Got really bad.
stands for rotating up the
Racist.
inside
As he gets past Yuki Tsunoda.
of Yuki.
Can he hold the position or will he spin?
He does keep the position. As Justin Freshpot
As Justin Freshpot
finishes,
wins.
I won't say crosses the line, it finishes. Shortly followed by Radiant Sloths and Yuki Tsunoda.
A much more boring finish. A great win from Justin
There are the
Freshpot.
points. It's close at the top still. Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton on the way to winning, I guess, and McLaren still leading the constructors.
Aston Martin struggling as only one of their drivers is scoring points. Will that change?
Oh,
Probably
yeah,
not.
this is
So we go on board with Radiant
This is the
Sloths.
video with many onboards. I did watch over the footage and I did save the replay, but I have no idea where it is. Pierre Gasly getting a godlike start and starts ramming into the... He just went through Sergio Perez.
What an overtake from Pierre Gasly as Radiant Sloths rear ends Kimi Raikkonen and then hits his teammate for no apparent reason.
I would argue that the lag wasn't particularly helpful here. Oh, this is an interesting overtake from Nikita Mazepin.
What an overtake from
Nikita
Mazepin. There is
Mazepin.
nothing Radiant Sloths can do.
That actually is the reason why I do not do too well in this race, as I miss the apex into Ascari. This looks so slow. There's Mazepin with a lag spike and a jutta, and then I move over to the left for Parabolica, only for Nikita Mazepin to warp into my rear tyre. Thankfully, though,
Well, that is nice.
I
of
am
him.
not taken out of the race. But I do get a bit loose.
He almost spins. Justin Freshpot sets the fastest lap. What a driver.
And we've got a battle on here.
He's out in front.
It's Lando Norris. Goes down the inside of Radiant Slothz. He's going to say no. Well, he isn't, actually. He's just going to let him have the place.
Radiant Soft puts up no fight. Almost loses the rear end. A great drive.
And then does lose the rear end.
And into the barrier.
And Lewis.
And he tries to hit Lewis Hamilton for no reason. Probably other than jealousy. There's only one of these as a good British
But he
driver.
is going to get a huge amount of overspeed on Lewis Hamilton going down into turn 1. Hamilton getting snaky under the brakes as cuts him up. Unbelievable.
Radiant
Soft
Soft
is having none
Radiant
of it.
Soft clearly crashes into the side of Lewis Hamilton. Another racially provoked
He
attack.
is not having any of it. Lewis Hamilton is adamant he did not cut the corner across Radiant Soft's front wing. And tries to come back, but is unable to get the pass done. Although, this time, the boot's on the other foot. Lewis Hamilton down the inside again, but does have DRS. And Radiant Softs, this time, much more fair, gives him the space. As Justin
Freshpot wins. What a driver.
Radiant Softs.
Radiant Sloths does not win.
He gets 0 points once again, which shouldn't really be coming as a surprise at this point. Justin Freshpot into second in the Drivers' Championship. For some reason, we spend more time looking at the bottom of the table than we do the top. And McLaren.
Radiant Softs still last in the championship.
For now.
No one is surprised.
And now we're back on board with an actual replay. Radiant Soft starting P5.
A Spanish Grand Prix. Justin Freshpot 15th around a track that he does not like. Can he make something happen?
Here we go down into turn 1. It wasn't a great start from Radiant Softs. He loses a place to Carlos Sainz into turn 1. And it looks like Yuki Tsunoda's going to have a go as well, but is just not able to get past.
You can see Radiant Softs here coming into the chicane thinking, where can I corner
Justin
cut?
Freshpot.
Will he find somewhere to cheat?
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll talk about this later. Justin Freshpot gets down the inside of Mick Schumacher. Nice and easy on the incredibly slow Haas car. And now down onto the pit straight. The pit straight, the long straight, the DRS straight. I just wanted to put this in because Charles Leclerc with an almighty dive bomb. He doesn't pull it off, but you've got to say that would have been a very good move if he did.
Radiant Sloths now looking for a corner cutting opportunity. He goes for the track extend. He tries to hit the Ferrari who has to dive out of the way. He hits him again.
Radiant Sloths gets round, no contact whatsoever. George Russell with the spin in front of Justin Freshpot. It does put off Fernando Alonso and Antonio Giovinazzi, and he is able to take advantage and get the place.
Now looking for an overtake on the two-time world champion. Can he do it?
He's going to look to the inside.
It's longer to the corner than I thought.
He's going to crash into him. And there it is, the signature Justin Freshpot corner cut. Apparently he's a lap down. I don't know what's going on with the lap counter right now.
The damage forced him off the track. There was nothing he could do about it as Radiant Softs looks to collide with Kimi Raikkonen.
He moves to the inside and he's going to make pretty short work of this, although Kimi Raikkonen is going to put up some form of resistance.
As Radiant Softs pushes him off the track.
No, that is a fair piece of track being given to him there, but regrettably it is not enough for the Finn to get past, and he must remain in 5th place. Okay, we're just going to keep watching the same clip. Come on, TV. Justin Freshpot.
Justin Freshpot on Nicholas Latifi. Can he overtake the Williams?
Incredible.
He's passed before the corner.
You'd have thought there might have been
How does he
something
do
more
it?
interesting going on there. He literally got past before he hit the braking zone, and it's all over.
Now on Max Verstappen, the zero-time world champion, and Yuki Tsunoda
potentially
youngest and oldest Japanese driver in Formula One.
at this moment in time. Max Verstappen not able to defend there. He is going to look at Kimi Raikkonen as well.
Kimi Raikkonen going slowly. Does he have damage from Radiant Soft's crashing into him?
No, I think it's just that he has a very slow car. As Radiant Soft finishes P4, the first points since, I don't know, race 3 or something. I've lost track at this point. And Justin Freshpot finishes P8. Unfortunately, Lewis Hamilton will have gained massively from that finish. Why is my fastest lap so slow? Who knows? There we go.
Radiant Soft moves off the bottom of the championship. Incredible.
He's now beating the worst driver in the worst car, but is somehow beating Williams.
The Spanish Grand Prix, Justin Freshpot P11. I actually don't know what track this is. Oh, it's Spa.
We've already done more racing
can
than
he
the
do?
actual Belgian Grand Prix. Justin Freshpot gains a few positions into turn 1 against some very slow cars.
Will Radiant Softs take inspiration from Roman Grosjean going into turn 1?
He definitely does not, and he is heading up towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Max Verstappen out of shape, gets the position though. Radiant Sloths under attack from Romeo, from Antonio Giovinazzi. Doesn't get past him. Justin Freshpot challenging Nicholas Latifi once again. This time it's just as easy as the last overtake on Nicholas Latifi.
Nicholas Latifi, a great driver, down behind Kimi Raikkonen once again. What can he do? He can drive past.
Incredible.
Now hunting down Mick Schumacher, father, of course, of Ralph Schumacher.
Radiant Softs
as Radiant
on
Softs
the curb there, trying to go up the inside of Max Verstappen. Does not work.
Backs into the wall. No attempt to avoid a collision.
And Justin Freshpot spins.
He uses a lot of curb.
Oh my god, he's crashed into the field. Reckless reversing there.
A calculated move from Justin Freshpot to ensure he only loses a few positions and no one else gets past.
At this point, he's
But they're
decided
hunting
he does
him.
not want Sergio Perez or Lewis Hamilton to score any points, and he's hit both Red Bulls just for good measure. Sergio Perez.
He's now
back at the field.
off the circuit as he waits for Sergio Perez.
There we go, Radiant Sloths.
Radiant
Coming up.
stops, going up our
And he
Rouge.
loses.
That doesn't look like the right line.
Back end goes out from him again. As we follow Justin Freshpot, he's being blue flagged. And he allows Lewis Hamilton to go past. Or does he? He's crashed into the Brit!
Brake failure. A brake failure from the
They
McLaren.
exchanged some strong
Lewis
words against
Hamilton.
his, and he's stopped. He's got a technical problem on track.
Jeff has told him to stop the car, and he has done. He got some movement, but not enough to get out of the way. There is literally nothing he can
Lance
do.
Stroll being collected in the crash now as he tries to get out of limp mode. No one, out of respect, is driving past him, apart from Max Verstappen. And I think they're thinking about it. They're still thinking about it. Here comes Radiant Softs with, I don't know how many overtakes that was. 9 in one go, 8 in one go.
It's incredible that Justin Freshpot keeps getting involved in these collisions with his championship rivals, almost guaranteeing that none of them will score points.
I find it hilarious, like when I'm trying to make these videos, as Radiant Sloths looks to the outside of Pierre Gasly on the final corner, is not able to make the move. Oh, my Chinese is here as we finish the Grand Prix. Well, there we go. Yuki Tsunoda wins that one. Lewis Hamilton still out in front.
On top of the drivers,
Nikita Mazepin.
Radiant Softs drops back to last.
Damn it, Mazepin.
A battle for the ages here for last
It's going to go
place.
down in history. Senna versus Prost.
We go to the
Radiant Slothz versus
Mexican
Mazepin.
Grand Prix.
Oh, this is Brazil too, because apparently you forgot to add Mexico in again.
Someone, we don't know who, got the Mexican and Brazilian flags mixed up.
Hamilton off the track with Justin
But we
Freshwater, and
haven't.
Bottas wipes out Radiant Slothz in turn 1.
Radiant Slothz there, you have to say, at fault for the collision.
Even though he was
As
an
Justin
innocent
Freshwater got the
bystander.
last.
As
As he goes to push Lewis Hamilton off the track. Thinks better of it. As at this point, people would be asking questions about his intentions with all these crashes as he hits Lewis Hamilton. Bottas even, as he hits him again.
just for good measure.
And track extends just to get ahead. As we come into the last turn.
The third turn, the frame rate being very good right now as he goes down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. He gets...
You are watching a PowerPoint presentation of the race as he crashes into Yuki Tsunoda once again.
Tsunoda forces him
And track
onto the
extends
curb.
again.
Yuki Tsunoda has lost the position and then gets it back. Unbelievable, overtaking under yellow flags, but the AI in this game do not follow the rules and is pushed.
As Radiant Slothz crashes into him.
Side pod glitch, which is
And then crashes
allegedly
into
watched.
Alonso for some reason. And there's a Red Bull and a corner cutting penalty. Justin Freshpot there with 13 seconds of penalties.
Justin Freshpot trying to hold
now
up
under
Radiant
safety
Slothz
car conditions.
as he comes around. That is an interesting line.
Radiant
Contact.
Slothz crashes in to Justin Freshpot for no reason. Gets the penalty. You have to say it's deserved.
You can.
For some reason, Radiant Slothz. Oh,
That's a big
maniac.
collision there.
Justin Freshpot cut up by Radiant Slothz, changing lane without indicating. Nothing he could do to avoid the collision as Nicholas Latifi
Goes for the overtake.
holding
He
on to the
wipes
race
out
lead.
Radiant Slothz. Unbelievable.
Radiant Slothz here going for a pit stop and instead kills a
That
man.
was a big impact there. That was a warning as well. Oh, Jesus. There's a 5-second penalty for Valtteri Bottas there for that.
Justin Freshpot at some point during all of this was disqualified as we see Radiant
Driving the wrong
Slothz
way to become disqualified.
doing that.
Oh, it's a 1-2 for Williams. Quite unbelievable. They may have overtaken Haas in the constructors. They have. Excellent.
Justin Freshpot 11 points off the lead of the championship. Will he be able to overtake and claim his first championship on this game as we come to what I believe is the final race?
Final race, and we have word that Radiant Slothz has received several $1 million from Justin Freshpot to guarantee him the title. He has taken the bribe. Sergio Perez.
He's hit Perez. That's one of the championship contenders out of the picture on a completely
Radiant
unrelated
Slothz is a hitman on his own
incident from Radiant
agenda.
Slothz. He was not hired by anyone as he wipes out Latifi, who was not in the championship
But
fight.
he did have a personal vendetta against Nikita Mazepin, which is the reason for that incident. As he
We're hearing
and he's
reports as
become
well
wedged
that he
in the
hit
castle section
Latifi as he is a foreigner. He's blocked just to Mazepin.
and has been awarded several penalties at this point. Is trying to Austin Powers it, and ultimately is going to be disqualified for getting stuck. Nikita Mazepin forcing the stop on track to occur there by placing his front wing in the way.
Now on board with Justin Freshpot, he needs to get 11 more points than Lewis Hamilton this race.
Lewis Hamilton into the barriers.
There is a huge collision, a brake failure for the McLaren, meaning that Lewis Hamilton will score 0 points this race. So Justin Freshpot just needs to get to
Lance
P4.
Stroll with an unprovoked attack on the McLaren, spinning him round in the narrowest section of the racetrack. As we're back on
Here we
board.
go back on board with Justin Freshpot. He's now in
It's a
last,
brake
which of
failure
course
again.
is 0
He's
points.
handed his teammate the victory. McLaren will win.
Valtteri Bottas loses the position as Justin Freshpot makes sure his brakes are working as we come down the final straight of the final
He tries
race.
to tell the Williams to pit because he can see a puncture. It's not the Williams, the Mercedes has a puncture. He's trying to tell him, but he does not listen. And he breaks both of his wrists as he finishes the season. And that's it. That is the end of the Sprint Championship. Don't go anywhere because Season 2 Cup career is coming up right away.